Today I wanted to share an activity called Kingpin, which is a large group game. It's an invasion game where we got two teams, and the gym is separated in half by these cones here on the black line. So each team has a side of the gym. On each end line, we've got some pins set up. Now I'm using some yellow thin pins down here. You could use bowling pins as well. And I've just set up some poly spots there. So we have a yellow team that's down on this side, and there are 6 pins there. You see this mat over here, that's the jail, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Same setup over here on this side. We're using green pins on that end line. So we've got 6 of them set up on a poly spot and a mat over here. Now, in this game, there are 5 different positions. We have attackers. Attackers' job is to, we'll be using the gator skin balls here, so we'll throw a bunch of these out on the floor. The attacker's job is to roll or throw balls from their side of the gym at the other team's pins down on the end line and attempt to knock them over. All right. The defender's job, position number 2, defenders will be standing in front of the pin, protecting it, guarding it, trying to keep it from getting knocked over. So their job is to try and keep that pin standing as long as possible. If they accidentally back into it and knock it down with their foot, it stays down till the end of the game. Now, obviously, we said the object was to get all 6 pins down, so defenders have to be really careful not to back into the pin and knock it over for their team. Those are the first 2 positions in the game when we start. Everyone's an attacker or a defender. But as the game goes on, we have other positions that get entered into the game. So, for example, the attackers may choose to cross this center line and go into the enemy's territory over here. They can cross the line and go into their opponent's side. If they go over to this side of the gym, they risk being tagged. If they are tagged, if they're touched by another player, they can't throw a ball at them to get them out. But if they're touched or tagged by another player, they have to go to the jail, which is this mat area. They'll go stand on the mat. And then we have the next 2 positions, which are the rescuers and the jail guard. So obviously a jail guard is going to stand outside of the mat, and they're going to try and keep the prisoners in the jail as long as possible. The rescuer's job is to try and throw a ball on a fly over to a prisoner who is standing on the mat. If they catch it, they get free walkbacks to their side, and they're back in the game. Now, should the jail fill up, and we've got several people in the jail, I do have an option for a jailbreak, which is when a rescuer throws a ball to someone in the jail, they can choose to risk their own freedom instead of just getting themselves back in the game. They can turn to the basket and take a shot. If they make a shot into the basket, it's a jailbreak. Everybody from the jail is back in the game. They return to their side. If they miss the shot, then they all stay in the jail until another ball is thrown from a rescuer to someone in the jail. Now, jail guards are allowed to stand around the mat, not on it, and they can block it, knock it down, catch it, keep it from getting into the hands of the people in the jail. So we call this one Kingpin. There's a lot of strategy. I let the kids choose any position that they want to play. So if they're not the kind of kid who likes to have balls thrown in their general direction, they probably would not want to be the defender, and that's totally fine. I let them switch positions at any time, and they can have as many people playing a position as they'd like. So you can choose from attacker, defender, a tagger, a rescuer, or a jail guard. We call this game Kingpin.